Oh, what's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larsen, and you're listening to Sales Funnel Radio.
Welcome to Sales Funnel Radio, where you'll learn marketing strategies to grow your online business using today's best internet sales funnels. And now, here's your host, Steve Larsen.
You guys, this is literally episode, I think, 101. And just so you know, here on out, like, what I'm going to do is, from episode 101 on, is all about me documenting the journey of my entrepreneurial life now. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm on my own. I work for myself, which is both awesome and completely terrifying. And so what I want to do is I'm just going to be, I want to walk you guys through what it is that I'm doing and why I felt okay to do what I'm doing and take the leap. And I know a lot of you guys want to, and I know a lot of you guys are and already have, which is great. But also a lot of you guys that listen are trying to. And I've had a lot of messages from you lately, especially from that last episode I put out about my goals. Reach out and say, hey, Steven, that's awesome. I want to do X, Y, and Z. You know, and I'm like, hey, that's awesome. Like, keep going at it, keep crushing it. Get public about the goal. I always love doing that episode. Look forward to it every year. I got to wait another 362 days to be able to do it again, 61 days. So anyway, hey, I just wanted to share something with you guys, though. I just did my first live webinar, and it was a smashing success, which is very, very exciting. So I have been preparing for this webinar for specifically just working on this one thing for the last 3 or 4 days, and here's how I did it. Okay, so last Monday, nothing was built, and so what I did is on day one, I built the registration process. So I went through and I built. So I don't care what it is that you do. I recommend in some way finding some way to charge $1,000 in whatever industry you are and sell it on a webinar routinely, repeatedly. That seems like the thing over and over again that people seem to make the money, the fastest money with $1,000 product on a webinar. Okay, so I would think through something. What's one thing that you can go out and sell for $1,000? Okay, and so that's what I did. Is I followed this step, this formula, which is day number one on Monday. I built the registration process. So people could go in and they could register. So there's a registration page, there was a confirmation page, and then a indoctrination page, okay, where they go through and there's an indoctrination series that people got put on, okay? And then I like Zoom. I use Zoom with Zapier. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's totally fine, but I just use Zoom. It's a webinar platform, and I love Zoom. Anyway, so what I've done is day one was the registration process. Day number two, which pretty much took the entire day because I am a funnel perfectionist and want to make it look awesome. So yeah, probably didn't need to. What really takes a long time, day one, is coming up with the headline and the 3 secrets. Once that happens, then I can move on to the next phase, which is building out the actual registration process. Then that's day number one. Day number two, I started focusing mostly on the script and getting the first parts of those things done. There was a lot I had to think through with the script. Specifically, the first thing you have to come up with the script is the offer. So I started coming up with the offer, how to make a sexy offer for $1,000. On day number 3, which was yesterday, I built the membership area and put just something in it. Awesome stuff, totally amazing things. So I built the membership area and the order process. Okay, so people go through. There's a way for me to actually get and collect money from people. I also put inside the members area several ask campaigns. I love the book Ask by Ryan Levesque. That is a fantastic book. And Russell obviously talks about the ask method as well in a little bit of different light in the book Expert Secrets. Anyway, there's a lot of other people that talk about that principle. How your success, the things that you want to go do, the things you want to accomplish, you don't currently have the creativity inside of you to actually become successful and actually have them make the money that you want to. So get used to asking people in the market what they want and get used to making that instead of your own thoughts and ideas, right? And so I created several ask campaigns inside of the members area so that while they go through and they're consuming the kind of training that I have in there, they also could put certain questions in there they have, like, hey, I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z. Now I have a map for the things that I need to go create. And then they're telling me what they want me to make for them. The reason that's such a big deal is because there's so many times in the past I have way overshot the expectation of the customer. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you do that literally every time and do it in such massive extents, you actually can cause overwhelm, right? So I'm excited to see what they say, because that's currently running right now. So I went to sleep. I sick. Actually, I had the fever, chills, which sucks. Like the shakes. I hate that. Oh my gosh. I had it all day yesterday, and I was trying to work on the webinar and stuff, and that was awful. Slowed me down a lot. But then I slept a few hours, and I got up and I worked on my script, on the slides, the perfect webinar script, and I worked on it, and I finished the first half, the 3 secrets, about 1.5 hours before the actual webinar, which means I had an hour and a half to create an entire stack. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go read the book Expert Secrets, or go to, I think it's perfectwebinarsecrets.com, and you can download a super amazingly valuable $7 thing that can totally change your life. Anyway, so the stack's amazing, but I had an hour and a half to create a stack, which really I think it was like an hour. Actually, no, wait. It was 45 minutes, because it was an hour and a half from it that I was like kind of dying a little bit. Anyway, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I had 45 minutes to create the full stack. I did not create the kind of stack that I want to have ultimately out there, but I still made one, and it was there, and it worked, and I had 170 people register. So I'm not bragging. I just want you guys to know what I'm doing, and I'm documenting the journey along the way so you can follow it, and so you guys can see what you might do and get ideas on how to move forward also. So please notice that I did not have the things ready in order to actually sell, to get started. Okay, I just set the date. I started promoting it. There's 170 people that registered just from my hot list, which is in a different audience. It's a lot smaller, but anyways, 170 people came and registered, and then 100 showed up, which is actually significantly, it's pretty high. That's a pretty high show up rate. 100 showed up, and then 20 bought right off the bat. Which is awesome. And there was only about 90 people on when I actually started the actual stacks part, which is like it's a 22% conversion rate. That's pretty high. That's really high for a webinar. So I'm very, very excited about this whole thing, and that's what I've been doing. Now, as I was giving the presentation, I could tell and I could feel the sticking points. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to adjust those sticking points. I'm going to adjust all the different pieces there, and I'm excited to make those adjustments. But there's one massive thing that is missing from the webinar I just did: constraint. Okay, now this is one of the biggest lessons that I ever learned sitting next to the desk of Mr. Russell Brunson. And I know I talk about him a lot. I hope that's fine with you guys, but I just spent the last 2 years there. How can I not talk about it a little bit, okay? So this is one of the biggest lessons, though, and it's one of the things I got to go add in because I could feel that there was a lack of constraint, okay? If you go look at the Funnel Hacks presentation, that webinar did $40 million. $40 million in what? Like, 2 years, $40 million in like 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. That's crazy, you guys. That's ridiculous. $40 million. So I think we can learn from it a little bit. And one of the things that I heard him say once was that one of the reasons it does so well is because of constraint. At the beginning of the webinar, he talks about ClickFunnels, and he talks about the cost of ClickFunnels, how people are paying $97 a month or even up to $297 a month, right? The reason he does that is to introduce a limit, okay? And then as the webinar goes and he's going towards the very, very last part of the entire webinar. Because he's introduced the limit at the beginning, he can now release the limit for the people willing to take action now. I think, I'm not near you, but I think I'm seeing a light part above you. There's a halo there. Yeah, and definitely choirs of angels. I'm sorry, angels of choirs. However that Christmas hymn says it. Does that make sense though? So you introduce a limit with the purpose of being able to remove it later on for the people who take action. That's a huge, huge secret right there. Massive secret. And I hope that you understand what I just said there, okay? So I am creating a software. It's amazing. It's brilliant. Oh my gosh. It's something that I want, something that I need. And I'm putting a software together that I already need. I already want it. I know it's going to be amazing. It's something that I want anyways. But what's cool about it is that it's going to allow me to introduce a constraint, because I'll probably sell it for $27 a month, $30 a month. I want it to be kind of lower on the price amount so that a lot of people can get it. It's less about me making money. It has more to do with me being able to introduce constraints on my webinar. No joke. Okay. So think through, the software is one of the easiest ways you can increase perceived value. That and physical stuff, right? There's a whole episode I did a little while ago about that, about how to increase the perceived value of things very easily, right? Because if you're selling electricity, you're selling air, right? You really got to build that up. And so, anyway, so I am very, very excited to be able to go and create this thing because I want to introduce constraint. So as you're thinking through your product, right, there's something to, not something to, it is the tool of marketers, scarcity and urgency. Okay, find ways to introduce it. If you feel no natural scarcity and urgency in your own offer, create it, make it, find out how to have it, because people won't take action unless you help them do it. So, unless you help them, unless you actually put things out there where they're like, oh man, I have to act now. Like, yeah, humans are naturally lazy. Like, so you've got to do things. You've got to do things to your offer. You got to do things to your business, whatever it is, so that there's scarcity and urgency with it. If you're like, Steven, I sell pretty well, but it's not like amazingly, or even if you do, start looking through and start dissecting what scarcity and urgency does somebody have to actually take action with your business now? Is there any? Have you crafted it? There's probably some natural scarcity and urgency, right? You can't spend time with everybody, so you have to choose someone. Right? There's some natural stuff, but how do you make people go a little bit crazy for it? How do you introduce actual scarcity and urgency? In Funnel Hacking Live, right? Anyone of you guys who've been to the last Funnel Hacking Live events or any events in general where someone's selling, watch what they do really carefully. There are elements of limits that they put on top of their pitch so that they can release them later on. And so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here shortly, and I'm excited to do that. So I'm going to go get going on this. I got to wireframe it still. I want it to be an app mixed with like a desktop, like in-browser software as well. So you could do it off your phone or off of a computer browser. And I'm excited. And I've already found some coders that can do it. I've already found a lot of. Anyway, it's awesome. I'm excited to do it. It's exciting, and it'll be cool. But that's where my head is. So I sold 20 people out of 90 people are on there. It's not a bad close rate. And then there's going to be there's a lot of people who couldn't get on it with the I am going to close it out here very, very soon. And I think I can get at least another 10 people in as well. So it's awesome. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm thinking about. That's my stops for the webinar. So that's all I really want to tell you guys is as you are, that's what exactly I just did. So I just barely, actually just as I was recording the episode, the replay just finished. So the replay's done, so what I'm going to go do now is go create a replay series for all the people who weren't able to get on. Someone said they got on late. They thought it was at another time. Someone said they got on, they watched, but they couldn't actually buy because they were in the car driving and they were listening to the whole thing. So anyways, I'm going to do a replay series out to all these people, which I'm very, very excited about. I should close at least another 10 people, which is awesome, but that will more than fund the software that I will use to sell everyone else in the future. So there's actual real scarcity and urgency. I mean constraint in order to create scarcity and urgency. But I want to introduce more constraint, and I want to introduce more, hey, seriously, take action now because I'm not going to be here forever kind of feeling. Anyway, there's a whole bunch more stuff coming up that I'm going to be building and tossing in there. I just thought I'd kind of, that's the whole purpose of like the next 100 episodes or however long, is from 101 and on is for me to document this journey, for me to go through and say, look, this is what I'm doing. And it's not just so that you can put me in your ears, which however much I love that, it's so that you can take action on it. And I would love to know what you've done with the things you've learned from this podcast. I love reading the reviews on iTunes. Am I asking you blatantly to go and put an iTunes review on there? Yes, I am. Do you guys know there's 400 to 500 downloads per day of this podcast now? There's a lot of us out here. And I would love to know what you guys are thinking about this with complete honesty. I would love it if it was a 5-star review. But still, though, even if not, I would love to know what it is that you guys are thinking about this, what things you'd like to hear, what things you'd like to know. And let me know. Go to iTunes, put in a review there, and toss it on there because it means a lot to me. It takes me about an hour per episode to get these things out the door. Like, that's a lot of freaking time. Okay, I do it for a lot of reasons, but I love seeing what it actually does for people's businesses and their lives. And it's fun for that last episode for me to see a lot of comments come back and see like all the goals you guys are setting, all the things you guys are doing. So that's the exact same thing with this, is I want to be able to go and keep documenting what I'm doing so that you can model it too. Okay, it's not just me talking to hear myself, although I do think I sound pretty amazing. It's that I want to be able to help you guys, whatever it is that you're doing. So anyway, go to iTunes, let me know, but then stay tuned as well, because I'm going to be documenting the journey of all the things that I'm doing and creating, so you guys can follow along and use it in your own business. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Go get them. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Sales Funnel Radio. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. Want to get one of today's best internet sales funnel for free? Go to salesfunnelbroker.com/free funnels to download your pre-built sales funnel today.